Some of you feel like Martha and you sent for Jesus and he never came. And you prayed and he never came. And you asked and it never changed. And you tried and it never works. And you did it and it never made sense. So I want you to do what Martha did. In John 11:20, it says she heard that Jesus was coming. Somebody say, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here. No, tell the person next to you, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here. Put it at the chat, he's here, he's here. He's not coming one day, he's here right now. He's at the gate, he's at the gate, he's at the gate, he's at the gate. He is the gate, he is the way, the truth, and the life. She went out to meet him. What happens when never meets now? So he didn't come when you wanted him, like you wanted him, how you wanted him, but he's here now. So it didn't happen like you wanted, when you wanted, how you wanted. So he didn't answer what you prayed, how you prayed, when you prayed, like you prayed, but he's here now. So you didn't do what you should have, what you could have, what you would have. So you wasted the last couple of years wandering around. So you're disoriented. So you did it. So you missed it. So you lost it. So you let it slip away. But you're here now. And she went. This is for somebody. I had to call Martha because if I just preached about Peter, this message would be for the men. So I wanted to bring Martha with Peter so they could both tell you the same thing. Let's go. To the gate. Let's go. That it's at the gate now. Had a man tell me, I've never given to the church, but when I die, I'm going to will $10,000. And this is what I thought. God has to kill you to get $10,000? How are you smart enough to have $10,000 to give and stupid enough to say something like that? Now. You better give it now. You better grab them, hug them, love them now. Am I preaching? And she heard Jesus was coming. Sent for him when Lazarus was sick. He never came. And that's the first thing she told him. You never came. You never came. So you invite God into your never. God, I'll be honest, like I don't even really feel like this is gonna work for me. Started a lot of New Year's like this, on the no shrimp diet. But you're here now. But you're here now. You could have died. You almost quit. You wouldn't have been at church tomorrow to hear this message. So God had me preach it now. Everything changes when never meets now. And I think this is more than a sermon. I think it's a meeting. I think it's a divine appointment for somebody who's been in Neverland. And it hadn't happened. And you don't see how it's going to happen. So I could remind you that a lot of your nows used to be nevers. Wrote a song years ago that said, "You've never failed me yet. I've seen you move the mountains, and I believe You've never failed me yet. My buddy Robert Madu went to a church and he was the guest preacher and they were singing that song, Do It Again. And they changed it. He said it was weird because the way we wrote it, it said, your promise still stands, great is your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed me yet. He said, but when they got to that part, they didn't say yet. They just said, you've never failed me. And he asked the pastor, and the pastor said, we don't like that part. Because when it says yet, it implies that he might. But see, what I think the word yet, put that in the chat too. Say yet. It implies that God's past faithfulness is the best predictor of his future performance. So it means that if he kept me breathing, have you ever stood next to an answered prayer? Have you ever stood in the living proof of a moved mountain? Have you ever just fogged a mirror with your breath to annoy the devil that it didn't work when he tried to kill you? And I'm telling you, you've never been here before. Be easy on yourself. Be patient with your process. Be open to what God is doing in this season. Be like Martha. Get your disappointed butt down there to the gate and ask Jesus why he never came. Be like Peter. Go downstairs and see about this thing God sent you. It's at the gate. It's standing there. God sent it. It might not look familiar. It might be weird. It might not be what you prayed for. It might not smell like ribs, but God sent it. God sent it. And hey, you can't hesitate. You have got to move now. 30 miles. I grew up in Moncks Corner, South Carolina. Tiny town, not too tiny now. 20,000 people, they said now, or something like that. It was much smaller when I was there. So when people would ask me, where are you from? I couldn't tell them Moncks Corner. I would have to say, from a town that's 30 miles north of Charleston called Moncks Corner. Joppa was 30 miles from Caesarea. And when I lived that close to Charleston, I never went. Now me and Holly spend our vacation days there. I never went when it was so close. Now I appreciate it more. I wonder what God has given you now that you never stop to enjoy. I want you thinking about this message for a long time. I want you to ask the Holy Spirit long after I shut up. What are the nevers? The nevers that I've accepted that I need to reject. What are the nevers that I need to accept? Now, y'all, the time for me to be in the NBA has come and gone. You understand? I'm not gonna be a brain surgeon at this stage in my life. I'm good with that. I've accepted that. I'm a heart surgeon. I'm a soul surgeon. She said, Jesus, we sent for you. You never came. And she expressed her frustration. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. She said, Lord, John 11, if you would have been here, my brother would not have died. And this is where God told me to leave you at the gate, Peter, Martha. I'm leaving you at the gate here with this verse, 22. But I know that even now, God will give you whatever you ask. When she said now, she recognized the presence of God. When you recognize recognize his presence, you are open to his power. Now, and Jesus looked back at her with a question. Here it is. Your brother will rise again.